With 25 years corporate experience, Margot Halbert has become a trusted business advisor for many of Australia's leading organisations. Margot advises senior executives and professionals in persuasive and effective communication strategies and behaviour. Margot is passionate about people. She loves the privilege of working very closely with people to encourage and inspire them to realise their potential to be the best they can be. Her philosophy is that preparation, passion and fierce conversations are the foundation for positive persuasion.
Good morning. Good morning. Lovely to be with you this morning. Look, Narelle has just talked to us about the importance of personal branding. And if we're going to develop our personal brand for our careers and for our businesses, what's one of the key ways we need to do it? We have to put ourselves out there, whether it be on YouTube or an event like this, and often that requires us having to present. So let's just check in with our audience here. If you had the opportunity to be here now, or to stand up and ask a question, who'd do it? Who'd grab the opportunity? A few of you around the room? Some of you would? Fantastic. Who around would go, I'm so glad it's her out there and not me. Who's in that camp? Yeah. Excellent. And who's still thinking about it? Not sure? Look, whatever camp that you're in, would you agree that your presentation skills are critical to you? Yeah? They really are in the workplace, and the way that you present in this sort of format, which is more of a stage performance, is a little bit different. There's things that are the same, but what I really want to talk to you about today is your performance in the workplace, in business, and the way that you present. So what I'd like to do is to share some ideas with you so that you can see yourself presenting as a capable and confident speaker, and to hear those words just flowing out easily. Is that what you'd like to be hearing? And really to feel that sense of confidence when you speak. Now, as you've already experienced with Narelle and other speakers this morning, the area of communication is just huge. Would you agree? So I thought this morning what we're just going to narrow it down, and I'd like you to consider for a moment that it's like you're performing in a drama production. Who'd relish that opportunity? But if you're performing in a drama production, on the one hand you're given a script, yeah? And on the other you have to perform that script. So today I'm going to focus on the performance element as opposed to the script. The script is really important, but your performance skills are equally important. So I'm going to focus on those for you. Would that be of value to you? And we're going to focus in an area when it's in your workplace as opposed to a stage performance. If you want to do stage performance, there are some other aspects of that, and love to speak to you about that further. So what I thought that we would talk about today are three things. First of all, just what are you communicating? Have you thought about that? So already Vanessa's given you some ideas around your personal branding. What are you communicating? And then I'd like to share with you just 5 practical ways that you can leave here today and make a difference in the way that you perform in a business presentation. Remembering, of course, there's always 3 presentations. There's the one that you planned, there's the one that you delivered, or that you'd hoped you'd delivered, and then there's the one that you actually delivered, yeah? So I'm going to give you 5 tips that walking away today you can use if you go into a meeting or presentation straight away. And lastly, let's make sure that you do something differently, because you can come to events like this, you can get some ideas, but what are you going to do differently to get a result for you? So we're going to bring that together and agree an action plan. How does that sound? All right? So let's start with what are you... Oh no, before we're going to do that, we're into 3 minutes. That's why I put that there to remind me. We've been going about 3 minutes. You have already made a number of judgments. You're already thinking stuff. So what I'd like you to do is check in. You know, our marvellous brain, we've got that logical side and our creative side. You're already thinking something in the first 3 minutes. And as Narelle said, it's about 7 seconds for a judgment to be made. I'd like you to have a chat to the buddy next to you and go, you know what? This is what I'm already thinking about me, the topic, and what value you're going to get. So, can you turn to your buddies? I've got this really cool little thing on my slides. If anybody wants it, just email and I'll send it. This does a countdown. You can import it, you watch, in 10 seconds it's just going to go straight down all on its own. So, I'm going to give you a minute to talk to the buddy next to you about what are you thinking about. Away you go. So I think that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. Someone gave it to me, I'm happy to share, it goes around. Excellent. So did you notice that you're already thinking something? Yeah. So how's that relevant to you when you're presenting? So that was the first 3 minutes. So I'll talk more about that in a little while. So let's think about what you are communicating. And I've got some trusted mates in the room. Ready, trusted mates? Just watch and observe what goes on with what we commonly do when we just greet each other, which we've all said it. So Natasha, I asked, so Natasha, would you mind just asking me how I am? Oh, I'm just fine, thanks. Louise, could you ask me how I am?
How are you, Mum?
I'm just fine, thanks. And Nikita? Fine. Thanks. Those people Narelle talked about in the office. So, check in. Thanks, girls. Really appreciate you working with me. What message did you receive when I communicated those 3 messages? Yeah? So let's check in. When I talked to Natasha, what message did you receive? Give me some words. Confidence? Happy? Positive? Assertive? Energetic. Thank you very much. What about when I communicated to Louise? Angry? What else? Rude? Did you make it mean anything about how I felt about Louise? I didn't like her? Great. You got that? A few of you? Louise, if I'd done that, I mean, I'd set you up for that, but if I'd done that to you, would you make... You'd be offended? Fantastic. Great. No, I didn't want that, Don't want that. Actually, I worked with a chap yesterday who's got a very assertive style like that in the construction industry. And we were talking about exactly this. And one of the ladies in his team, the HR lady, said to him, I actually walked past you yesterday and said, good morning. And he completely ignored her. Yeah? And because he's used to just grunting. He's not a morning person. He just grunted. Now, she didn't make it mean anything, but it can. Nikita, when I spoke to Nikita, what message did you receive? Shy? Depressed? I was depressed, yeah? Self-absorbed? What I want you to recognise is that the instant I was communicating in that setting, every single one of you reached into that invisible backpack. Did you know you've got one of those? That little invisible backpack, and you reached in and you went, aha, I saw that, I heard that, I felt that. It means I'm depressed. I don't like her. I'm angry. Do you notice that we attach all these meanings? That goes on in the workplace. It goes on at home all the time when we communicate it. So if I'm just really busy, because I'm very task-orientated, and I'm just busy, and someone says, oh, so Margot, how are you? Oh, no, I'm fine. What does that create in the workplace? So think about that when the way that you present yourself, whether it be on stage or you go to a meeting. What message are you communicating when you do that?